Shark greetings, my friends. As before, I'm here to eat men. Or fish, actually. I think we left off making story progression in some place that began with a P. Yes, the name of it definitely had P in the title.
Thanks to powerful risk assessment software, we now know that this was a wildly idiotic place to build vacation homes.
We're talking about Prosperity Sands. And the next thing to do in Prosperity Sands is to fight the apex predator. I'm interested, actually, looking at this map. The large areas of land that you can kind of travel on some of by being a cool jumping shark have bits in the middle of them that you can't get to, like those grayed out areas, etc. But those areas are smaller than I thought. Like, this whole region that seems reachable, how much of it really is, I wonder? Is that where the big mountain thing is? Because you can't really get to that. Basically, the map's a little misleading, I think, about what land you can and cannot traverse. Like, in theory, looking at this, I should be able to go from where I am right now in the grotto, west across this region, to Pier 1 in Sapphire Bay. But can I actually do that? Let's find out. So... everyone starts shrieking. Probably because I'm an enormous shark. Yeah, this is the region with the resort Cabana Breeze Tiki Bar. Crazy looking stuff. So I want to head west-southwest-ish. Oh, completely failed to jump out of the water there, just terrified those people for no reason. Oh, there is a path. Perhaps I can follow this whole thing. But I suspect it's gonna... oh yeah, I've run into an invisible wall almost immediately. Yeah, and I'm nowhere near the blotted out region. So in fact, that's quite inaccurate. I wonder if the map actually doesn't refer to... can't get up on there. Perhaps the cross-hatched regions don't refer to in untraversable areas, but to unmodelled areas. Places where there isn't actually a map that's being created. Like the inside of the mountain, which you just can't see into, maybe. Although, I'm looking that way. I have to be looking this way to see the cross-hatched area. I'm really curious now. I'm going to swim around to the gate here, to Golden Shores, then head directly west, where the cross-hatched area is really close. Because it looks like I should be able to see wherever that is. Basically, what is the map calling out there? Well, there's some kind of barrier here. But the barrier does not really correspond with the cross-hatched area to my eyes. Hey, I can't get in there, but I kind of almost can. These gratings are ones you can usually see through, and they let you see things you don't want to get around to. Well, maybe not this time. It's actually just a facade, I think. So relative to the cross-hatching, does this highway barrier thing gate the hatched area? I don't know. It's got cars moving on it, so I probably can't get up onto there. If I go around to Golden Shores, poke at it from the north, I probably won't learn anything else.
The likelihood of catastrophic risk scenarios wasn't really considered when developers built a golf course in a flood zone.
Birds. They're lucky I prefer fish and human beings. Also, my shark is just not particularly hungry right now. Gotta save that appetite for the coming Apex fight. Yeah, I feel like this zone on the map just means nothing at all. It's a region which isn't assigned to any of the suburbs, I guess. Suburbs. I mean, that's the meaning. It's not in Golden Shores, or Prosperity Sands, or Sapphire Bay. But, this is an interesting fact, ultimately. Oh well, I've wasted your time and mine. I like exploring open worlds, though, so it's not really wasting my time.
Sufficient sand or protected dunes, heavily developed areas risk great danger from hurricanes and tropical storms.
So the apex predator for this region is a great white shark. I already fought one of those out in the Gulf. Presumably this is a tougher one. I think great white sharks are meant to be bigger and tougher than bull sharks, but not this bull shark. This one's mega.
Oh. The Emperor of the Deep, the Great White.
I can't believe that bastard went after a seal. Nice clean white sand for our battleground here. With a tail whip in my shadow gear here, I can kind of shadow gear body. I can fire like poison orbs or something. Hope he enjoys being poisoned. Ah man. Come back.
White is often referred to as the king of the ocean, which gives it a skewed understanding of the role of a monarch in modern society.
There is no role of a monarch in modern society. I think you're thinking of a non-modern society there. Medieval society. I can't believe I technically live in a monarchy. They call it constitutional. They're like, oh yeah, it's a... Yeah, the Queen's powers are checked by Parliament and legislation and so on. Then why have one at all? What the heck? Okay, so there's some kind of quest here to find out more about what Scaly Pete is up to. And how he's dealing with recent events. I suspect by being angry and wanting to kill sharks. Let's find out.
Pete, what's in the barrels?
Fish food.
Pete, whatever this is, can I ask you not to do it?
Gonna get that shark, one way or another.
It's just that this is unnecessarily destructive. I mean, it's just one shark. There's a whole ecosystem.
One shark that killed my boy.
Pete, look, I understand.
Wanna keep tugging on this knot, you?
Dang. He's looking pretty hardcore right now. Well, hello there. Alright, I'm looking for a new grotto. Poisoned? Scaly Pete has poisoned Sapphire Bay. Check the map for details. Oh, that does look poisoned. You can tell because there's like clouds of crap hanging around. Okay, what the heck? Be careful. Plus albino wildlife. Plus mutagen X gains. Minus movement speed. Minus fat minerals and protein gains. Okay. Well, that sucks. Particularly for all the people living there. I'm actually heading west back towards Sapphire Bay rather than immediately checking out the Caviar Key Grotto. I would like to... Yep, I'm doing that thing I just said. After a brief moment of hesitation. I'd like to investigate the nature of this poisoning. The reason I ate that fish just now, apart from general principle always being fun, is I was surprised to see a king mackerel who gives you protein. Usually they don't. Usually they give you fats and oils. I guess there was no significance to this. Anyway, a lot of my stuff is
concentrations of metals and hydrocarbons in the water show just how much the Gulf has progressed since Amerigo Vespucci first arrived here in 1497. Pier 1's Bird Dog Grill is famous for its endless platter challenge, featuring a dozen oysters, 1 full rack of ribs, 6 sausage links, half a barbecue chicken, and 25 spicy wings.
This guy's not a very good swimmer. Anyway. So yeah, the water is a nasty green colour now. It was previously a beautiful blue sapphire, hence the name Sapphire Bay. But there's no enormously obvious effects of this. I'm guessing the poison will spread, and that it'll have consequences or something. And you'll need to stop Scaly Pete before he destroys the ocean. I don't know, I was already going to try and eat him, so no real skin off my nose. I do have an exclamation mark in a diamond next to my health bar down there. Presumably this would be a bad and inconvenient place to try and fight bounty hunters. How am I doing on bounty hunters anyway? Got infamy. Next up is Commander Percy Metcalf. If I can take him out, I'll get the bioelectric head. And then the final boss of the shark hunters is Captain Robert Brunlet. Brought out of retirement to catch the shark no one else can.
It's vital that we extract an absolute maximum of resources before we cross Earth's apocalyptic threshold. There would have been more protests surrounding prosperity standards were not the public already so dumb about ecological concerns in general.
Swimming. Got a kilometre and a half to go. This may take a moment. At this point, the full shape of the game is essentially invisible. I'm not going to reveal any new mechanics or last-minute twists. So, whoa, something's mad at me. Get flashed. Yeah, I'm a level 30 Mega Elder Shark, so you might not want to front. Just saying. Anyway, I can kind of sum up, I guess, how I feel about the game, which is basically it's fun. You swim around and you eat people and you're a shark. It's very... It's an open world game in the sense of Banjo-Kazooie or Mad Max or something. Not like a story-driven one, obviously. There's a whole bunch of collectibles. Not really activities, per se. And there's like one basic kind of fighting you can do, and you do it to everything. From humans to fish. Fighting a kind of a predator in the water, or a boat full of shark hunters, are slightly different activities, and you use the same tools to do them. Which is kind of good, because you can kind of get used to it. It's not a deep game, despite, you know, taking place in the ocean. You can't go out to the deep parts of the ocean, in fact, which kind of sucks. But if you could, there wouldn't be anything out there, so I can see that.
As we face impending resource scarcity and declining living standards, it's nice to know that in the meantime there's still a place to get a good bamboo fusion massage.
Instead of that Caviar Key? So this region is Caviar Key. I don't really have any extra thoughts about the game as a whole. It's just like, it's fun. It's not deep, but it is fun. That's basically all you need to know. Do you like the idea of being a shark and eating people? Or kind of swing around off the Louisiana coast? This will give you that. It is the best game about being a shark I've ever played. It's also the only game about being a shark I've ever played. So perfectly good for what it is. It doesn't necessarily promise a lot, and it does pay off on the promises it makes. Shark. Is this another tiki? No, it's not. Some kind of brazier. Oh, I see. They're just like actual lights set up in like a weird thing, which looks strange because of the corrosion above the barrel. Everyone keeps yelling shark for some reason. Alright, so there's a grotto around here. Should be fairly obvious, but yes, it is. In fact, this weird beacon thing was literally the indicator of the grotto. I did not realise that. So let's look around Caviar Key for a moment. I've been here before, I remember. Yeah, this place is basically swampland in the process of becoming. It's the opposite of Fort Bayo. It's a former residential coastline that's being reclaimed by the ocean.
The shark returns once again to her safe haven.
Yeah. Well, it's a different safe haven, technically, to the last ones. They're all strangely similar. They've all got these kind of submarines. Like, they all have a beacon thing, the orange cable, leading to some kind of sub. I wonder if the concept is like that these are the remote subs being used by the documentary crew who are filming the shark or something? I don't know. It would kind of make a sort of sense. Anyway, let's have a look at, since I'm here, at mutations and upgrades. So I've got the whole Shadows boss set apart from the head at level 5, the maximum of levels, and I've got a bunch of upgrade materials as well. Isn't at tier 5. My mutagen digestion powers, and I can't afford to upgrade those. I need a bunch more oil. That said, I'm not low on mutagen, so not being able to upgrade this isn't a big deal right now. I've got the 3 jaw pieces, all at tier 5. The 3 body pieces at tier 5. 3 fin pieces at tier 5. I just got the bone tail, didn't I? I have the tail pieces at tier 5 apart from the new one, so how far can I upgrade that? Almost all the way. So that's my next short-term goal in terms of evolutions. Let's get about 6,000 more mineral nutrients. Well, the idea of being turned into a skull-crushing bone sledgehammer seems appealing. I'll definitely prioritise upgrading that one enough to use it. I still don't have any head slots, so this is like the final piece to make you into a true Mega Shark with ultimate potency. So I've reached Caviar Key, the progression elements of Caviar Key, which will be... Are there any? Yes, there's a quest, a turtle disaster. What? A booming turtle population has decimated the Key's once thriving seagrass meadows. Okay. Black and white and dead. Oh, that's an orca! Oh, wow. I didn't know they had those in this game. Orcas are like sharks, but nice. But I'm gonna kill and eat it, I guess. So that's a mega shark for you. Not even an orca can stop them. There's something also here. Finger food. Zoom in. Not even orcas' natural enemies are oblivious to the shift in public opinion regarding marine mammal parks. Yes, that's been a whole thing with the documentaries and so on. So I guess we go after the orca's captors, and also after the orca itself. Sure, I can do those things. Yeah, that area looked cool. Right, let's swim generally southish. Although this region is very jumpable, and almost like jumpy. The shark is jumpy. So I probably don't need to stick to the beaten trail, by which I mean the ocean.
Shockingly, this was only Alex's second worst birthday.
Happy birthday, Alex. This is okay. An unlucky person. Oh, turtles it is. And there's another orca. I guess it's a preview orca. It's turtle time. The name of the mission is a turtle disaster, and like, yes, but I think the disaster is happening to the turtles rather than the other way around. Orca and a Mako. Wow, holy shit! That orca just like smacked me out of the water. That's pretty powerful. Oh hey, it's a great thing. I always like to head into these when I find them so that I don't forget, because they can be slightly irritating to find later. What the?
Even after the creation of a killer clown task force, drug-related homicide still remains a problem in Port Clovis.
Why is there a clown? Whatever.
Any panic from the shark's
Whoa!
target will spell death.
Where am I? Is this some kind of shark arena? Interesting. Oh, let's get out of there. I'm vaguely creeped out. Did I come from over here? Maybe, but maybe not. So let's just try and get on there. I'm completely lost track of where I am now. Oh, I'm back in Prosperity Sands. Okay, well I guess I'll circle around to beat these humans then. So I did 7/10 or something of the turtle quest, but that's fine. The missions in this game are along the lines of, eat 10 turtles. So you can do them in pieces if you want to.
Responded to sea level rise by importing 285,000 tons of sand and counting.
In fact, when I say do them in pieces, you kind of have to do them in pieces since they involve tearing things into pieces. But anyway, if you kill some turtles and then come back later, you can kill the rest.
Coastal risk analysis reveals that someday, someone here is going to get a sizable check from the National Flood Insurance Program.
This is cool. So this would have been a orca-based show ring thing. Failed to make the jump there. It is very high up. I wonder if it is. It's not an easy one. Ah! I kind of almost looked like I was going through it, but I wasn't. Ah! Is it actually an invisible barrier? Like, those things might be solid rather than rings. I guess I'm not actually here to put on a show for the sake of humanity. Well, I am. I'm doing a let's play of a video game. That's not why the shark is here. Ah, well, the crowd have had their fun. Let's give the spectators what they really want. Again, I mean, the spectators for let's play.
The shark on land is unquestionably dangerous to humans. Port Clovis retaliates against the shark by sending some of its most disreputable citizens.
Got that fish fingers. Could say I got a real keen eye for talent. Although, you really gotta work on those side hands.
Alright, so I've pissed off the hunters. This might be a good opportunity actually to go after the next Coast Guard guy who wants to kill me. Oh, they're getting very dangerous, but... It makes sense that they're military hardware and stuff at this point. From their point of view, they are basically in Jaws now. Look at that. Area here. I guess they came in the same way I did through the broken bit of glass there. It's a cool arena for hunter fighting though. That's not my diver. Sucks to be him then. Should have been a leader. Wow, they're really owning me here. Actually, in some degree of trouble. Okay, I'll compromise my principles. Oh, I failed to compromise my principles. I was like, I'll eat a seal for an health boost, and then I didn't sort of try to eat the seal boost. Well, that's what I get for compromising my principles. delicious blubber. Close quarters here, and hold sort of indoors, is a cool aesthetic. It doesn't make it easier to grab those off them though. Then again, it's already fairly easy. Well, I really gotta stay away from dynamite. Turtle time. Hey, you better yell. Alright, let's get back up there. One nice thing about the shadow evolutions is that when you go into shadow mode, time kind of slows down a bit. But not that much. Ouch, 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 ouch. Turn, evade, dodge, get in. Oh, as a mega shark it is harder to fit into these tunnels. Huh. I was hoping there'd be something to eat in there. Interesting, the tunnel actually led back all the way around into the Orca Dome once again. The good news is the hunters have lost track of me, so there's a moment to feed here.
Yeah, a breeze would be nice.
Yes, even the seals.
It could be anywhere.
The earlier reluctance to eat seals was basically the reason that my fat-based evolutions have been as upgraded as the others.
It's hunting me. I know it.
Yes, it is.
Right under me.
A shark is really a one-note kind of animal. A note is biting. What do you need to do? I mean, you can do other things. That's all you want to do. Snatching the boat is pretty fun. Yeah. Failing to snatch people is not as effective. Yeah, gotcha. The water just kind of fills up with bodies after a while as you knock people off boats. Boy, it's a good thing there aren't sharks this big and aggressive in real life. Megalodon or whatever. I may be misremembering the names, but I think that there was a prehistoric shark of which fossils have been found. There's the Latin name, which is Megalodon. And I think the mega shark mythological stuff that Scaly Pete argues with Kyle about has been referring to those things. I don't think it's sort of meant to be the case that an ordinary shark would just become mega. Not much precedence in fact for that. But it's fun. Alright, I pretty much consumed all the marine life in this area. Which means I'm low on healing capabilities. I may have to leave the arena. Let's get on to the open ocean. It takes a lot of killing at this point to get bounty hunters to come after you. I'm 2/3 of the way to attracting whatever the name of the next guy was. Hopefully these humans can report my location. Just kind of blew their boat up by thrashing around on it, I guess. Huh, the hunters are completely lost track of me somehow. Hey, I'm right over here, you know. Hello, hello. I had to actually hit them with a tail whip there. Maybe they can't actually get out of the Orca arena. That'd be interesting. They spawned in there and now they're trapped somehow. They're seriously not following me outside. This could be convenient. Incoming. Alright, these ones will be... Well, actually, I'm heading back in here. I want to be back in the
With
Orca
an
zone.
angry bull shark loose, local
There they are.
hunters are forced to post bail and shrug off last night's hangover so they can take to the water.
So they peered inside. Can they follow me out? Okay, they might be able to. Maybe not. Look at this. Holy crap. Oh, they're kind of inching forward. Okay, it's like a bottleneck, not a hard barrier.
The marine hunter makes quick work of a land mammal unaccustomed to aquatic life.
Still, good convenient places to find them, where they're having trouble moving around. Wait, those weren't actually hunters, were they? Oh well. Divers. Gotta eat some of those or they'll be shooting me. In general, you can solve all problems by eating them. I think it is destroying the boats which actually upgrades your in terms of summoning the next bounty hunter infamy target guy. So I've got to bear in mind boats do need to be destroyed rather than snatching the people off. So snatching the people off them is what keeps people from killing you. still don't think that was actually a hunter build. I like how they scream underwater through their masks. It comes out as like... I'm almost there, but I do need to eat a little bit more here. In fact, this should help. Did they heal you? No, it didn't help after all.
This instantized protein makes a great between-meal supplement, giving the shark the energy she needs to put on serious mass.
That unfortunately did help. I cannot deny the nutrition value of a seal. No qualms at this point. The final moral barrier has been broken. It's a shark. Was too close. Huh. Wow, they're pretty quick
Due
to
to
give up.
caviar keys increased coastal exposure, storms that had a minor impact 3 decades ago
Well,
caused significant...
So this isn't a disaster or anything. You kind of maintain your threat. Like basically, my progress towards getting a bounty hunter around here isn't ended. Just need to kill some people again. Summon more hunters.
By putting sharks in their place, hunters ensure they'll stay in their lane, so we don't have a Planet of the Apes situation on our hands.
I could take advantage of this though. Oh no, they're attacking again. I was considering kind of ending the episode since it's running long, but I'm gonna fight the next bounty hunter that goes on camera. On recording. Poison everyone. So poisoning people doesn't just deal the damage over time, it also reduces their damage.
Risks for future generations. Then we could have 4x4 pickups with 5.7-liter V8 engines. Oh wow, pretty dangerous situation for me here. Some problems happen to my points.
I know. I saw her.
Humans must learn to share the insurance sharks by occasionally getting killed by them.
I don't know if you missed that hunter narration there. It can be hard to hear them over all the various stuff going on. It's something along the lines of humans must learn to share the oceans with sharks by getting killed by them.
The able-bodied seaman, Commander Percy Metcalf.
Alright. Mr. Metcalf. What? Shark shield. Holy shit. Okay. So we have a new twist. That's going to be interesting.
It could be anywhere.
I still need to eat some more things.
I know it.
Unfortunately, I seem to be in Atlantis or something, and the mystery of the region is scaring off all the fish. I don't know exactly what's going on there. Okay. Just a few delicious mahi-mahi.
Got a good set of needle-nose pliers. Yeah, a breeze would be nice.
That looks like something you could throw something at. Let's grab a hunter. Where are they? Eat one and grab the other one. Now I'll try and do this. Yeah, I think that struck it. Whoa. Oh shit, I need to actually eat. Oh! I'm getting completely wrecked by bullets and so on.
Can't see a damn thing.
Yeah, I need Stremus. Its fate is sealed.
Suffocating out today.
Delicious swordfish. Delicious grouper.
Coastal erosion currently impacts over 70% of the globe's sandy beach.
Delicious another grouper.
That's a tail.
Delicious human being. Alright, back to it. Grab a diver.
It seems Port
Look for the
Columbus
shark
has
shield.
forgotten all about its road shark for now.
That did it. Ah, damn it. They just deal damage so fast now. I wanted to go straight for Percy Metcalf, but I was not able to safely do so. May have to get rid of some of the other boats around him first. These are not hunters, they're just food. Right, where are the hunters? Right, there they are. Okay. Percy, you're mine. Divers. Why are there so many? Oh no!
Nature did not consider man when she made her apex predators.
I guess the true monster is indeed mankind. Well, thanks for watching. I've failed to defeat the human beings. I'm a failure of a shark, a failure of a mega, and we'll have to go after Commander Percy Metcalf some other time. I know how to beat him, throw things at his shark shield, then, eat him. But this loading screen is taking a long time, and there's no evidence that will ever end. The text did just change. It was actually a suspiciously long time. There may be something wrong with the game, which would make this a good place to call it. So, thank you for watching. This time, the good guys won.